live. We lit and live. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and pick some stuff. Get DJ. Live. Cool beans. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link out really quick. Alright. Welcome for anybody who's here. I'm not looking at the chat right now. To the night, oh, who will take? Okay. Okay, IML. My IML Familia live right now. There we go. Let me go ahead and drop the link here. What do you mean? Oh, my kid. Oh, oh, I didn't even notice. Beautiful keyboard. Yo, my bad. I didn't know that y'all could see my keyboard. I didn't see that. Yeah, this is my keyboard. Yo, yo, yo. What is going on, guys? Sean. Yes, this is my keyboard. No. Ooh. Alrighty. Okay. I think I'm missing a chat or two. I've got so many chats. Alright, those two. Alright, go ahead and drop it in here really quick. Okay. Alright. There we go. What time? Is it 11:04? Is my time right now? Dope. My computer time is actually on the right page for once. It's never like that. Alright. As you know, guys, let me let me go ahead and fix this. Sorry about that. I didn't know my keyboard was the spotlight right now. But anyways, Mike, where's the 10,000 Rolex or gold rings? No bling or nothing? Nah, I don't do it. No, no, no. And Sean, no, this is a Corsair. It's Corsair. This is my favorite one. Here, just real quick, a spotlight. So if you push a button, it ripples. Isn't that cool? We're gamers here, guys. Always remember, we're the best at tech. And this is the kind of stuff we get. Anyways. Welcome, guys. Welcome. You go ahead and go to the bathroom. Go ahead and make sure you got some water with you, some pen and paper. And I was just on a Facebook Live here just a little bit ago. My phone died in the middle of it, so I had to unevenly quit the chat. Mike sounds a bit raspy. Yeah, Sean, I don't really like Razer anymore. Razer's just oversaturated. I do have a Razer mouse, and I actually used to have a Razer keyboard as well. But I don't have it anymore. I moved on to Corsair. I like Corsair a lot better. Yeah, the mic has had a big night out by the sounds of it. Can you go to the here? Can you see the soundbar right there? Yeah, on exploit. Yeah. Yeah, that, like, you see that? Go down in the middle, turn it down halfway. That should be about fine. Yeah. Okay, so I turned me down. Maybe that will help. I know I'm a loud talker, so I'm very sorry. Make sure that you turn me down or whatever. But guys, thank you all for being here already. You already know that tomorrow is NFP. It is the day of the month, guys. This is a trader's Christmas, but it also could be a trader's nightmare as well. And that's kind of what we want to avoid. Not kind of, that's exactly what we want to avoid for anybody who participates in what we do. And that is our main focus here tonight. I'm not even gonna be looking at the yens like we normally do. The only yen I'm looking at is UJ. Other than that, we're gonna be looking at gold, UC, UJ, and AU. Those are the four pairs that we will be looking at on to the stream tonight, because those will be the pairs that we will be looking at, and we're just looking for a couple more projections into what we think NFP might actually be doing. So Zach, everybody, Zach's right here. Yes, he's here, and he wants to do it in Thinkorswim. I will certainly attempt to do it. I would alt tab it. I think he went to go see his family. Please, will you drop the link? Yeah, Paul. Here. Hey, will somebody drop the link in this? Yeah. Yeah, we'll get the link dropped for you, Paul. No, not the volume. The mic quality sounds like a $2 store mic. That is so weird. I need better Astros, man. These, like, 6-year-old Astros just aren't cutting it anymore. Huh? No, we're on that computer. Yeah, we're still on that computer. I'm sorry, I found a Logitech mouse that beats the Razer one, even a control button for using the dual attack bar. That's dope. Yeah, well, I do like Razer's mouses. My last Razer mouse wasn't working, but we'll talk about it later. Dude, I could smoke on and stare at that keyboard for hours. Alright, let me go ahead and check my chats. We are at 11:09. We'll give it about 2 more minutes. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link here with YouTube. Make sure everybody's...
Go ahead and check my chat screen at 11:09. We'll give it about...
What in the world? Don't do that again. That hurt. That did not feel good. I'm going to go ahead and open up UJ as well. Man, that GBP news though. But this is not UJ. Anybody trade that GBP news? Boy, I tell you what. Oh, look at that. It is still consolidating. This was like kind of like my projection of where it looks like it would seem like we're ending the phases on UJ. But it's still just in consolidation mode right now, and that's probably, I should have, you know, honestly, you could have probably just anticipated that because of NFP coming out. Nobody's really wanting to make a move right now in this pair. They're really not trying to do any of that right now. So, like I said, guys, make sure you got the social media out of the way. Make sure you got everything that you need out of the way, and let's focus in. If you are going to get some sleep tonight, I do not suggest trading right now. The markets are going to be extremely stagnant. They normally are. Well, if you follow the dollar. If you trade like NZD, JPY, maybe you'll I mean, you have the ability to catch pips tonight, guys, but I would honestly just be more prepared for this New York session over London. I mean, London is still going to be able to make money. Just depends what pairs you're looking at or whatever, but honestly, everybody here isn't going to be trading until NFP, like unless we were looking at the odd monetary policy statement, and by the way, we'll be looking at that. So it's 11:11, so we're going to go ahead and kick things off, guys. Bro, I was studying Tai Chi before I hopped on, and my mind is so much clearer. Back to the charts. Demetrius, that is dope, bro. Let's go ahead and just clear it up even more. So you guys already know, if this is your first time on the stream, then put everything down out of your hands. You don't need anything right now. And close your eyes. And breathe. Guys, go ahead and take 3 or 4 big deep breaths. Get the blood flowing. Get the oxygen pumping. I hope that I'm subconsciously teaching everybody to do this, because no matter what you do, whether you're working out or trying to close a deal with somebody or play basketball or look at charts or do anything that is that you're going to do, breathing is always extremely helpful. The ability to think in situations. Little history about me, my dad is completely obsessed with the Navy SEALs. So that inevitably has showed me a lot about the Navy SEALs, and one thing that they teach more than anything is to be calm in situations, whether they're bobbling up and down in a 13-foot pool with a weight with their hands and their feet tied, and they have to hold their breath all as they sink and then push off the bottom of the pool to get another breath. They have the ability to maintain composure in the things that they do. That is what I would like to institute to everybody with anything that they're doing in their lives, not just trading. It's so critical to be able to breathe, not because your body needs it, but because you want to breathe. Taking in the life around you. There's no other. It's the first thing we do as babies. We take our first breath outside of the womb. When you come out, a baby panics, and the first thing that they do is take a gasp of air. So always remember that breathing is always going to be helpful for you in anything that you do. And this is why I always bring up breathing exercises right before we get into the classroom, so you can get the ability to think more, so you have the ability to think clear, to ask questions, to engage more. So with that being said, open your eyes, guys. Mr. Angels, what is good? GBP USD? Wow, that's insane. Yeah, that GBP news. Turn down the mic volume. Hey, you see the little blue box down there? Yeah, click it. Okay, do you see right there? Not that one, the left one? Turn that to half it. Half it again. That should be able, because I talk loud. That okay, guys? We just turned the mic down. We just turned the mic volume down a little bit more. Let me know if that's not if it's too loud or whatever. So with that being said, guys, welcome to the DFW Trade House stream, guys. Please, please, please feel welcome for being in here. I cannot thank you guys enough for helping me co-create what we're creating tonight. And as you know, we're not going to be looking really for any biases right now for London tonight. We're going to be looking for projections for NFP. And yes, we are going to have, we're going to go ahead and look at the news really fast. And I'll go ahead and update this. This is where we are, 1 a.m., you know, we're for Friday, August 5th. This is what we're paying attention to. We're not looking at any of these other news drops. They're not going to matter at all. We're looking at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Eastern. We are going to be trading the non-farm employment change for the United States of America, and that is what we consider, or what is called NFP. It is a news release that is released monthly in the world for everybody to, you know, essentially see how many more jobs or less jobs were introduced to the American market. It is one of the strongest news releases that happens, and that is something to be excited for, guys. It's not something to be scared of at all. I keep emphasizing that because I've even after 7 months of being into the Forex world, I still run into people that say, "Oh, I don't trade news. I was taught not to trade news." I don't understand that mentality, to be completely honest with you. There's no reason not to want to trade something that can theoretically catch you 100 pips in less than 5 minutes and then literally meet your pip goal in 1 day, and then you get to enjoy the rest of your day. I don't see why not. If you were within risk management, what is the difference between trading news and being and obviously the possibility of catching a good amount of pips or just getting stopped out? It's no different than anything else that you trade. Yes, it can theoretically jump over your stop loss, but that is very, very, very circumstantial. So even a good stop loss will get you. And we're going to go over a little bit of maybe some good projections on where we think that the market is going to be heading to. And like I said, we're going to be looking at certain pairs. We're going to be looking at, I'm sorry, bro. There's just nothing you can do about it. There's just nothing you can do. I'm gonna play the song out for you. But anyways, yes, we're gonna go ahead and pull up. Oh, and by the way, cousin, shout out to you, bro. I read this. Cousin Williams sent this to me. I want to give you a big shout out for this, bro, because I liked it a lot. And I think that this is really, really going to be helpful. So let's go over this just a little bit. And we're going to read it. Total non-farm payroll employment in the U.S. is increased by 287,000 in June, much higher than a downwardly revised 11,000 in May, when a strike in Verizon led to job losses in information. Figures came well above market expectations of 175K, easing concerns about labor market strength. Job growth occurred in leisure and hospitality, healthcare and social assistance, financial activities, and information, largely reflecting the return of workers from the strike. NFP in the U.S. averaged 122,000 from 1939 until 2016, reaching an all-time high of 115,000 in September in 1983, and a record low of negative 1,967 in 1967. Negative 1,900 in 1945. NFP in the U.S. is reported by the Bureau, blah, blah, blah. So really what this website is here is just trying to give you a little bit of consensus. Now remember, you don't take this as an, oh, okay, this is exactly what it's going to be doing. We'll go ahead and look here. For all of the different NFPs, the actual what ended up happening, what was the previous, and what was the consensus and the forecast. The forecast sorry, someone just like stomped on our door. Sorry, that just like completely threw me off. April had obviously a huge drop down than what was actually prospected. May did the exact same thing, and then it completely flipped around in June. for it was projected to be 170K, but it ended up being over 100,000 more. And that's exactly what we can happen for the last NFP, and that's what this is right here. It almost dwarfed everything that has ever happened on NFP releases, so that is something to consider. Now, remember, its previous was 11K, and it was forecasted, so that made the dollar so infinitely strong. It was ridiculous what happened with that. What do you guys? And so, before we actually get onto the charts, guys, what do you think is going to be happening? What are y'all's consensus on what you think is going to be happening? While I continue to read this, go ahead and drop it in the comments, kind of like what your thoughts are. Okay, sorry. Okay, total NFE payroll employment in the U.S. increased by 287 in June, much higher than a downwardly revised 11 in May. Leisure and hospitality. This is just going into a little bit more of a detailed, sense of what we think is actually going to be happening. Okay, increase. USD to go down. That's what Corey thinks. You just Black Swan events are scary. It doesn't sound as clear as before, like there's something wrong with the mic, but still can understand you. You just sound like staticky. I'm not sure. Hold on. Yo. Okay, guys, tell me how that is. Tell me what you think this if this sounds. Pull the mic away from your face. Okay, so I threw it, like I pulled it off of my mouth. From a technical standpoint of view, looks like price is setting up for a short. Send the link to what you're reading. I don't think I can. There we go. Yeah, so that's the link to this particular thing that we're looking at right now. Still sounds like a $2 mic. I don't understand why that's the way that I don't know why. Sounds like the dude from TV Tornado Warnings. Oh, I love you, bro. Still static. Man, I'm sorry, guys. I'm pretty sure it's so annoying, too. I can't even imagine. Give me 2 seconds. I'm thinking right now, like, what could be that problem? Yo. What's up? No, that's outside. Ow. Okay, so I just turned me down, like, extremely much. I don't know what they are complaining about. They have roof over their heads. What's up, man? Good, bro. Good. Nice to meet you guys. Oh yeah. Damn, that was so long ago. What's up, man? How you doing? Everybody's here, guys. They're already showing up for NFP. We already have a lot going on right behind me. So we already have a lot of stuff going on. So as we're gonna continue to look, please let me know that heaps. Okay, way better. That's awesome. So much better. It's good now. No static. Great. We fixed it. So, huh?
At 11 every night, bro. Never changes. Never changes. Everybody's like, what time do you go live? 11. Same time. It's been every single time. Awesome. Great. So we are good. Uh, we that bot. Yeah. All right, guys. So now we can move past that. So as I was saying, guys, just remember that the last NFP was literally ridiculous. The forecast and what actually ended up coming out. I was actually on Darwin. Shout out to Darwin on his webinar that he was throwing for the GBP news. We had him on while we were doing everything, and he was on Bloomberg for a website, a website to actually physically watch news releases. So you can always go to this kind of stuff, but remember, it doesn't matter what they say, because those people, you have to understand that these people are on payroll. So no matter what this website says, you have to take it with a grain of salt. You do not want to take it as if, oh yeah, that's exactly. And they're why would they get on here and say, guys, the dollar is going to sell everything? And what if that was actually the case? Can you imagine like how much of a crash that could actually be? You have to think about it in those projections. Like, they're not going to do that. They're going to say things to create money for themselves, guys. So always take anything that you get on here with a grain of salt. Do not forget that. So we don't need to really stick on to the news. We already know what's going on, and the bias for the NFP right now is 180K. You can obviously see that 287K was the actual, what the release was, and then what was actually projected. So what that website was what this is trying to say, if this is something that you're looking at right now, is kind of just NFP news, just kind of what goes on. Tradingeconomics.com. This is a really cool website, cousin. I was skipping around in it. Thank you for suggesting me. So Bloomberg was correct about the Bank of England, and yeah, it was. And so that makes it even more complex, cousin. And thank you for bringing it up, because they were right. We were listening to the entire Carney, to the entire Governor Carney uh, interview, or whatever, press release, or whatever you want to call it. It's not the release that moves the market. Numbers don't change. People and how they react move the market. So in theory, if no one sees a news release, it would have to react. It would have to react whatsoever. That's probably, Sean. That's a really good idea to look at it. When you're looking at news, guys, when you're looking at what you think is supposed to be happening, you have to understand that the rest of the world is looking at it too. Anybody who is trading at all, like, and this is on the SP 500, this is in futures, this is in binary, this is in options, in forex, it's in everything. So everybody in the world is looking for what was introduced to the market. Y'all can hear the people behind me? Hey, guys. Oh, good. Yeah. All right. No, sorry about that, guys. But we were looking for the moves. Like, we're trying to understand what they think is going to be happening, and that is what our goal as traders, as what moves this market. Exactly what Sean was saying, is buyers and sellers. When the buyers are winning, it goes up. When the sellers are winning, it goes down. It is an imbalance. When you see this consolidation, it is the buyers and the sellers are pushing. They're not winning over one or the other, and that's what that is. The market is just moving little, just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Not like up, down, literally just like this, these little candlesticks of an hour, and they're not moving any more than 10 pips. Like, for the last, what is this, like 10 hours? It hasn't moved more than 13, 20. It hasn't moved more than 20 pips in like the last 15 hours. What makes price move? Will closing an order move price? Absolutely, Rob, because you have an order within the market. You are buying a currency or you are selling a currency. So when you close an order, the what you're holding is gone. It is no longer there in the market. Somebody else, though, it was essentially reproduced back into the market, and that will reflect. Not so much on a on very, very little trades, it takes a lot to move the market. But that's why NFP and all of this stuff happens, is because there are literally probably millions of people that are waiting for the news release too. And that's why you have these like insane 200 pip movements like that. Like it's literally just happening because everybody else, this little tight knit community that we have right here is not the only people looking for this NFP. Everybody in the world of trading is looking for NFP, and that's why the markets become stagnant right before this happens. This is probably going to be a very slow London for all of the dollar pairs, as it normally is. They're not going to move. Everybody's waiting for NFP. And why would anybody take positions right now? It just doesn't make sense. You Facebooked me. You sent me a Facebook. Okay, hold on. Let me check. All right, cousin. We're going to go ahead and throw you up. This is cousin's post, or this is cousin's chart right here. I'm trying to understand. Okay, so what you're looking for is a consolidation. It's kind of bouncing off the bottom of that trend line. I can see that. You've also got a fractal to reproduce that. I can't tell what indicators those are. That's volume, and I think that's ADX, or no, that's RSI, I believe. I'm sorry, I don't use any of those on the bottom. But what you're looking for is an upside movement for UJ. And that's honestly one of my biases for UJ. My bias as it currently stands right now, that we are going to be going live obviously before the physical drop of the news. So don't be, my bias can change, but at least for my bias right now, I would like to see the dollar increase. I think it's going to, but that might there in fact 100% turn around. So always make sure that you yourself are ready to change your bias if you get another bit of information. Don't take anything I say as in, oh yeah, Mike said it, or Zach said it, or Darwin said it, or whoever said it says that the market is going to move a certain way. Well, yes, you could be like, no, Mike, they're either, obviously you're already 50% right or 50% wrong. That's true. But remember, with your sentimental analysis, what is everybody else thinking? In news, everybody is already going to have, let's just go back to the chart real quick on UJ. I guarantee here in just a couple of hours or whatever, there is going to be orders like here and here and here, and people are going to be placing orders down here. There's certain trading platforms that you can look at to see the volume of orders that are already in on charts, and I'm serious. It's like if everybody wanted one right there, that's what it kind of looks like. So they're going to drive price down into this if they wanted to get all of these orders activated and then turn around and stop them all out. That's kind of like how it ends up happening, or obviously vice versa, because everybody's going to see the relevant support and resistance for the rest of the chart, either a daily or a weekly. Doesn't matter what it is. People are going to be looking for what they think is going to be happening, and everybody's already placing their orders. And guys, we're probably going to get some pinnings placed, because I like to do the same thing. Somebody had already asked me on the Facebook Live I threw down right before I got onto the stream, do I like to catch the initial movement? Hell no. I don't. I am not good enough at trading yet to say, yeah, I think, or even if my account size, because we're probably going to go a little bit higher on our lot size. It's still within risk management, but we're still going to go a little bit higher. But if you're not following your risk management, then you can't sustain that initial move. If you go in on a buy on whatever pair and it makes a 70 pip drawdown just for like literally a second, and then it's right back up, and you had a stop loss, it'll close it out. Like that's what it's for. That's kind of what happens, and they already know this is nothing new. It's not like everybody's jumping onto something that is something that's not like nobody knows what they're doing. You're in when NFP's happening, you better believe that all of the NBA players are on the court. And when I say NBA players, I'm talking about the veteran traders that have been around for decades or whatever, however long it's been. Everybody shows up to that game. Everybody shows up to the court to play. So if you are trying to get onto that court as well, you have to take that into consideration, guys. Do not sit here and think, "Oh yeah, this over here told me that it's a buy." So I bought and then I got margin called immediately because it took 100 pip drawdown. Yes, NFP and all different types of news releases, it will make a a 50 pip drawdown, and then literally within the next minute stick, it is already like 70 pips back or 50 pips back to where it started and 50 pips already up in the other direction. I like to let the first move happen. I don't like to get in like you're trying to figure out where price is going to go from right here. Let's just say the NFP was literally the next candlestick that was about to come up after this right here. Why would you try to anticipate, man, I don't know, like my bias is switching left and right nonstop. I don't everything is somebody's telling me this, another person's telling me that, this news thing, Bloomberg saying this, like all of this stuff. Like you literally just run around and then miss everything. So I personally like to let these moves make. And when they do happen, there's more than likely going to be a retracement. If it makes an 80 pip drawdown, there's probably more than likely going to be a retracement. Not that there will be, but more than likely there might be. And that's really what I want to know. So Christopher Terry is probably trading now. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm here to learn. Don't care how the mic sounds. Don't tell me my mic is bad again. As long as I can understand him, which I can. Okay. Yeah, I Christopher Terry's probably going to have some pending orders in, or he's going to be focused on IML TV for what and everything that he's got going on with our markets life. Christopher Terry's an incredibly busy man, and honestly, quite frankly, he probably doesn't have to trade NFPs anymore. He can if he wants to. I have no idea. I couldn't. That's pure speculation. I have literally no idea what he's doing for NFP. But what we are doing, guys, is you already know. Everybody should be there. All 70 of you guys that's here right now have to be on this NFP call tomorrow, because if you're trying to take Forex seriously, and I know that so many of you guys are, because you show up every single time, you're showing up to the education. This is the classroom, guys. This is the education room. This is not trading time. This is the time that you take out of the day to reflect with other people, to ask your questions and get to move to the next stage. And that's what these trade house streams are for. And then yes, when news releases comes out, we are, that's where the community comes together, regardless of whatever team or club or company. None of that matters. It's NFP, guys. This is the thing that binds all of us together. What's up, DFW? Sorry I'm late. Danielle, you are more than okay. It is good to see you, Lady Boss. Do you mind going over last month's NFP for Odd USD? I absolutely don't. Yesy, let's do it. I have no problem doing that. Let me do it right now. So we're going to go over it. Now remember, hold on. Let me get to it before I just start talking about it. Look at that. It almost kind of followed exactly what I don't even remember when I drew my little squiggly line, but I was saying that it was going to be making that kind of move, and then we could be seeing that downside drop for the dollar, or not the downside drop for the dollar, but everything is starting to set up. So we are going to go to the last NFP for Yesy, and I just want the date. So NFP, and it was on June 3rd. Okay, so June 3rd. Give me a second. This takes me a little bit of time. All right, here we are. This would be NFP, and this was the massive spike up for, remember, guys, if you remember, we'll go ahead and look back to the previous NFP. That would be right here, June. Oh, wait. I'm sorry, for July. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. I'm tripping. So when we were looking for okay, hold on, wait. I'm screwed up. That was the NFP release. That's why I looked at everything backwards. I'm sorry. AUD USD went up because the dollar got weak, because this is June's NFP. So we can already start with June's NFP. I'm sorry, I got a little mixed up right there. So June, what was forecasted was 159K. June 10th. What do you mean? Yeah, July 8th. Yeah, we'll go, but I'm one step back. I'm pretty sure this was NFP. Yeah, wait, how big was this? 70 pip. Well, it was more about 100 pip movement to the upside on odd USD. Because like here, you look, June 3rd, 2016 was the last NFP release, and that was on this day, Friday, June 3rd. You had everything come out. So we'll just go ahead and look at it right here. What you got is the actual 38K, which was an unbelievably, remarkably low to the physical forecast, which was 159K. That that like pooped on the dollar because that was not what anybody was expecting. And now you can see the physical outcome. Odd USD had an immediate spike down, or I'm sorry, spike up because the odd raised against the dollar. Didn't even draw down. You had like a 7 pip drawdown, just a little bit, and that was probably like to kick the news off, and then immediately just went up, like didn't even stop. So that was exactly what happened on the last NFP, or 2 NFPs ago. So now we're gonna go to July, and July's was okay, July 8th. July 8th for odd USD. Where am I? Okay, July, okay, 8th, which is right here. And this, all of that right there, this would be, you can, yeah, definitely see that this candlestick right here is 100% NFP just because of that candle wick. So there was an immediate drawdown on it, and this had a drawdown, and this is one of those drawdowns I'm talking about. This was, wait, on military time, on UTC time, what's 12? Wait, is this right? Hold on. I don't want to say. Hold on. I'm so bad with the time zones. Huh? No. Oh, you mean like on the chart? No, when was NFP? Like the actual physical drop. Yeah, this is the 8th of July. I'm just trying to figure out uh what caused this then. Yeah, I'm thinking. I think okay, so I think this started. Yeah, this must have started, but this was hours. Like this is 6 hours. See, and 8. I'm not in my time zone on my charts. Yeah, military time 12 p.m. is 12 p.m., 1 p.m. is 13, and so on. So if news drops at 7:30 my time, 8:30 Eastern, we'll go to the start of 8. Let me put sessions on, or time session breaks. Okay, so here's a session break, and then 23. Okay, so this starts at noon, 6, 7. So all of this must have been, but that's not right. There's no way. NFP did not have this tiny little move. We'll go to it really quick. This was what was forecasted. The previous was obviously 11K. That was June's. Not good at all. The forecast was 175K jobs introduced, and then what physically actually came out was 287,000 more jobs. That massive wick down is 100% NFP. That's what I'm saying. But I'm confused because this is on my chart here, but this is UTC time that it's 12. So that's what I'm saying. I'm a little bit confused, but that has to be NFP. This little candlestick right here is not NFP. This is 100% NFP. A 70 pips, and then even it carried on to the next 30 minutes, came all the way back up, and then wicked down, stopped right there. So ultimately, the whole move for the last NFP if you would have theoretically gotten in, even if like one of the worst entries that still was 60 pips up, if you would have gotten in one of the best entries that was 100 pips up, but you obviously could have kept riding it. That was also possible. I'm looking at news on my charts in the time zone and they line up perfectly. It's because I'm in the wrong time zone. That's why. So what I'll do real quick, just because, so I can just stop wondering. Yep, that is 7. I just changed my time zone. So this was the last NFP right here. But it looks so simple because that's just all it looks like. But you have to get into the physical, commonalities of what actually happened on that NFP, and that was it right there. I can just tell. Yep, 100%. So this was fluxing literally just like up and down, and it probably, it did have this huge drawback, and that was the fake out. This was a gnarly fake out, but you can also see how you could have had a relevant zone, and then look at that it tapped that zone almost perfectly and then rose it all the way back up. So what I'm talking about when you're looking for your relevant zones for for what is going on, this is how you would do it. You're not looking at any of wait, I'm sorry. You're not looking at any of this. None of that exists in the purple. So all we are looking at here would have been this. So we would have been looking for relevant zones to tap at certain places, and this is exactly what we were looking at. You have so much price action coming down, wicking down, coming all the way down, not being able to break it. You have what was support became resistance, so on and so on and so on. That was the first NFP since Brexit. Maybe why it's a bit strange. Yeah, I'm looking at okay, yeah. So that might be why it has one of those. But when you're looking for your relevant zones, this is what you want to be placing your pendings at. This is where you want to be looking for your opportunity for things. Placing orders, and then you could have gotten in at physically one of the best orders purely based off of technicals. Purely based off of technicals that this line 0.74, it might come down and touch the 0.74. You could have had a buy limit right there and it could have touched. Mike, hey Mike, does NFP follow technicals? No. Technicals don't apply to human sentiment. Human sentiment is what drives NFP or news releases in general. Because always remember, guys, the market is comprised of buyers and sellers at any given time. Technicals do not apply to human emotion at all. We can look back in this one actually did end up playing out to that particular thing, but that doesn't always mean that it's going to do that. You also going to, you could have also had a sell right here off your technical analysis, and probably it probably, I don't remember, because remember, we're looking at a closed candlestick. You're not looking at it as it actually happened. This was probably literally going insane when it was just like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, like doing this like crazy. And then obviously, as you can see, completed the move to the upside and obviously kept going to the upside in that regard. But you're looking at a closed candlestick in history. We're not watching it as the candlestick actually physically happened. So there's pips that can be caught within this one candlestick. Like when if it made that sudden move push down, buy it. If it made that top movement first, sell it, because it came all the way back down and you could have caught pips like up and down, up and down. But when those kind of things are happening, you have to be in, out, in, out, in, out. You're not, and always remember, that's what everybody else is doing. Everybody's doing the same thing that we're doing, guys. Remember that. That is sentimental analysis. Technical analysis, sentimental analysis, and fundamental analysis are a thing, and one does not necessarily trump the other. It just depends on the circumstance, and sentimental analysis is better than fundamental releases it. I traded it, and yeah, it pushed down fast and then went up for the rest of the day. Yeah. See, I remember, like, because I'm pretty sure that you were here as well for when all of that stuff was happening. And when that was happening, I remember we were all on that last NFP call together. That was last NFP. It did make a sudden move down, but we didn't. I personally, I don't remember if I was on AU. I think I was on UJ. I don't remember. But still, guys, see, and to deep, So you become a scalp trader. What? Yeah, why not? That's when NFPs and that kind of stuff comes out. Scalping might be one of the, it's theoretically it's a good way to trade, but the market can literally, you activate your sell and then it moves 40 pips up. It can happen. That's why I personally like to place pendings on top. Like these two blue lines, I'm curious. I'm going to leave these blue lines. That was the top wick and this is the bottom wick of the NFP release, and we're going to go back and see if these zones are relevant. So they're not. That was the last NFP drop. Like this distance right here was the last NFP drop that happened, and it didn't obviously, as you can see, it's not anywhere close to it. But I'm just saying, just for the sake of example, we were just looking at it or whatever. But still, hold on. Let me get back to it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So that was on the last NFP release, guys. So technical analysis does have some type of value to put on top of sentimental analysis, but sentimental analysis is going to be the thing to make your money. Does gold have the biggest reaction to NFP? It certainly it can, but let me explain why. There's also Canada news that comes out as well. This is always the case. All of this news drops at the same time. So even USD CAD, gold is off of the dollar. Gold goes against the dollar. If the dollar raises, gold falls. If the dollar falls, gold raises. That's just simple because the dollar is literally valued off of gold, right? So whatever happens, one has to become stronger than the other, because if the dollar fails, everybody goes to gold. If the dollar rises, nobody cares about gold, and that's kind of like what happened. GBP news hit last night, did push down to activate sells, push to hit stop loss and activate buys, then push down again, all within a few seconds. Exactly, Steven. Thank you for pointing that out. Actually, I was kind of going to go over those news that we traded last night. We traded all of the GBP news, guys. Give me 1 second. I have to go to the bathroom. I'm so sorry to slow down class. I never do this, but I've been holding it. I will be right back. I have to go to the bathroom. Sorry, no, not a load. A number one. I'm so sorry about that, guys. I don't ever want to. I just hate holding it. It just hurts after a while. A trick I found was to look at the range 20 to 25 minutes before the news releases, and both the higher and lower will be your breakout points. Never heard of that. Look at it on the 5 minute and 1 minute. Yeah. See, and when you're trying to scalp that kind of stuff from happening and all of that fun stuff that's going on, that's when you're kind of probably want to get onto those smaller time frame charts. Even though no matter what the moves are, you can be looking at the 1 hour and it's still going to reflect like this will start pushing down like immensely. That can easily happen as well. So, looking at that kind of stuff can definitely help you out as well. If you really want to see what it does, y'all, go look at 5 minute and 1 minute. Exactly. Exactly. I could not agree more. That I do jump down. I do jump down to the 5 minute because I like looking at the next, couple relevant zones of what we're essentially looking at in the charts. 5 minutes will kind of give you a better idea of what's going on versus an hour. And then you want to start paying attention to the 15-minute candlesticks whenever they happen. News drops at 7:30. That is the start of a 15-minute candlestick, obviously, and a 30-minute candlestick, obviously. So you want to be paying attention to even those relevant zones as well. But it could theoretically just blast out. Remember, we're going to look at it again. The employment rate, yeah, great. But the NFP employment change is projected to be 180K. Remember that number, because whatever number is projected here in regards to that 180K, if it's even 170, that is a negative release. It did not reach what it was projected to be. This projection is based off of whatever amount of factors that it is, and then when that actually happens, if it's anything less than that, it is a negative impact because it was less than what was expected. So always remember that. We're going to be paying attention to the news drops, obviously, and the unemployment rate, like all of this, like, yeah, this is all good and stuff. The unemployment rate in Canada is at 6.9%, and then in America it's 4.8%. Isn't that good to know? What is the best time frame to trade NFP if there is any? Like I said, you want to be looking for relevant zones. That's personally the way I like to do it. Let's just say AUD-USD. I'll do it again. Let's just say this odd right now we're 8 hours, 9 hours, however many hours into the future, and NFP is about to start. Maybe I would have a relevant zone right there, just because of all of this activity that is comprised. Oh wait, I'm on 5 minutes, so I would go out to the hour. Better yet, and actually that still would be a relevant zone. I'd also be looking up here. That would also be a relevant zone because this could start coming down just a little bit, or to go even deeper. Let me see. How many pips is that up? We're looking at like the last high that's above where it is right now, and that's only 39 pips. That's not enough to have like a good pending set away from where price currently sits. You don't want to be too close to the actual drop. You want to have some distance. Maybe like 80 pips. That's probably more about right. So like on AUD-USD, for example, like 0.77 for a sell limit, just to come back and tap all of this stuff that it's got going on right there. And that is it is, but I'm just giving them an example of where, once eight. Oh, he's talking to somebody else. Looking for relevant zones to set pendings at, and then while you have your pendings placed, then yes, if the market were to make a sudden move, if let's say you have a dual monitor or whatever, and you're looking at your phone or whatever that you're looking at, and the news, you somehow find out that the news is positive. Let's say the projection, obviously, as we well know now, is 180K. Let's just say it was 217, for example. If it was, that's going to be an upside movement for the dollar. Obviously, AUD-USD is going to come down in that point. But if you see AUD-USD make a sudden move up, that is opportunity. That's opportunity for days, because that is what you would call a market maker move. If you want to call it that, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. If they drive price way up to stop people out or get orders activated, then it makes like a 70 pip drawdown. You can't go wrong with a pending order on top and on bottom of it. You can't. You can make months of salary within a few minutes. The beauty and nightmare. Exactly, truth. The truth has been spoken. Namaste. Does news drop on FX Factory then charts more, or is it the exact same time? It is 100% not the exact same time, Corey. Forex Factory is a third-party site, and they're waiting for the news just like everybody else. So, you got to be looking everywhere. Have my FX book open, Forex Factory, Bloomberg, have everything open, because they're not going to lie about the actual physical number that comes out. They will, and I loosely say lie. I would say more about their biases could be 100% wrong versus the actual physical release. But when you see the number, that's when you take action, like serious immediate action, because if it was obviously way more positive for the dollar, you're not going to sell the dollar. You shouldn't be selling the dollar if the news comes out 100% better than what it was actually projected. And what is our projection, guys? 180K. Remember that 180K is the projection. We need to be paying attention to what the news is going to say. And if it does, and let's just say it was negative and odd USD starts coming down, like all of a sudden just starts coming down, I would literally just be buying it. I would be buying it left and right. Last NFP, even though the dollar got stronger, AUD went up. AUD USD went up overall. See, and that's also the case too. So good. I mean, good job pointing that out, Yessie. That because then then it gets a little bit more introverse that way into the fact of like, okay, so is the Aussie dollar just simply that much stronger to the dollar? It does make its moves because of the buyers and sellers, like we've already talked about, but still there's also that case as well. So Yessie, thank you for making that clear for people. Remember that this is sentimental analysis on news, guys. Sentimental is here. If you don't know, oh my bad. Ooh. All right. So sentiment, if you need forex sentiment is another widely popular form of analysis. When you see sentimental overwhelmingly positioned to one direction, that means that the vast majority of traders are committed to that position. This is all about people. Perhaps this could be more easily explained with an example. Let's assume that an overwhelming amount of traders and investors are bullish on the euro. They think the euro is going to go higher. Since people vote with their trades, we can access through FXCM speculative sentimental index that the Euro USD sentiment shows a majority of traders are buyers in that currency pair. That information is available to people. And when they see that kind of stuff, prices can start to shift one way or the other to get people stopped out. This market is not designed to make people money. This market is designed to take people's money. People that aren't ready for news, people that are jumping in, and that's where the fear of that kind of news comes from. Because people follow along with the bias of things. And sometimes that bias is right. So it's like, we're going to keep getting back. So do we buy or sell it? You know, if I knew for a fact right now that the dollar was going to rise tomorrow, guys, I would already have like 19 positions in right now. I would literally just be over leveraging my account if I knew that information. Nobody knows what's going. Well, okay, some people do know, but nobody that we could talk to knows what's going to happen. We are speculating. So remember that. Due to odd USD getting close to the end of that uptrend, I'm thinking odd USD is going down. Yessie, you read my mind, girl, because you saw what I was doing. I was trying to identify, the next relevant high and like look at it. It's already there. And then we're like way back in May for all of this. So it's already up there. It's setting up for NFP, guys. This don't be surprised to see this just stagnant for the rest of the time for NFP. Like honestly, don't be surprised for that at all. I could definitely see this just becoming completely stagnant for the time. Absolutely. Absolutely. Odd USD. It could, but in fact, here, to go against that bias, Yesy, because we always got to do that. We always got to look at both sides. This could completely blast through this zoning completely and come back up here and retest all of this. It could be the huge retracement for all of that happening. Let me get rid of the session breaks because it looks like shenane. There we go. So these relevant zones 0.77 5 0.775. This one up here would even be one, and that's 0.78 ish range up there. So that even goes against that bias as well. So always remember that. Need an inside man, don't we all? If only you could see, imagine how rich we would all be if you could see 10 minutes into the future. Can you imagine being able to look 10 minutes into the future? Dude, Forex would shut down. it wouldn't even work anymore. George Soros sold on GBP on Brexit, and we saw what happened. Follow him and his affiliates. That's very true. That's very the truth has been spoken again before Brexit. Oh man, right, Angels. Like literally the second you type that, I say it's just oh man, an 18 pip drawdown, and his lot sizes probably are just unbelievable. Probably. Oh man, probably just made millions. I can't even imagine that kind of return. Yeah, mind equals blown when you could have been selling that kind of stuff, man. That is just incredible to see that kind of turnout for something like that. So that and see guys, that's why kind of where you just want to be paying attention to what is going on in the world as well. Right now, odd USD is at a zone. So where I'm probably just going to be waiting to see this become stagnant the entire time. So, guys, who in here right now is going to be on the NFP call tomorrow? Who is going to either wake up early or stay up all night? Who is ready to live in that trading lifestyle and be in the community of other people that are all doing the same thing and that we're all about to, get things going? I mean, it's this is exciting, guys. Like, who's ready for this? Like, it's NFP, guys. I'm about to get that tattooed on my chest. Like, NFP, guys. This is incredible. Like, our house is already filling up with people that are already here. They're already ready. They're already getting in to ready to see what can happen. And even if you lose, guys, I want you to understand, even if you lose, it is okay. Do not get discouraged because your bias on NFP was wrong, or you took the wrong trade, or you over leveraged and blew your account. Are you going to let that discourage you? Are you going to let that tear you away from Forex? Or you blow one account, you blow 18 accounts? Is that going to be the thing that's going to be the last drawing line for you? You're like, I can't do it. I just can't control myself. Then that's going to be it for you. You have to understand that the risk is there, guys. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that people can be losing money and the person to the right of you could be making thousands. And it's at 7:30. It's at 7:30. Hey Zach, can you drop the link in the chat, please? Yeah, we'll drop the link right now just in case you're not signed up for the NFP call that we're going to be having at 6:30, 6:45-ish Eastern. Or I'm sorry, Central time. It drops the NFP. The news comes out 7:30 my time, 8:30 Eastern. So remember that. Remember that news is going to be coming out. 10:30 p.m. for all the Aussies, so that's good as well. That's good to know that time. So guys, with that being said, there's not any, I don't want to, I thought about it and I don't really want to do any analysis right now because there's really no point. The analysis is going to completely change. Yes, I do like what AudUSD is doing. It's already at a point right now, so why not see a drop down? But that doesn't mean that it's going to happen. I'll be up until NFP drops because it's only 5:07 here in New Zealand. Awesome. Is it going to be on YouTube? Yes. It is not going. Yes, it will. It will be on YouTube, and that will always, guys, we will have that information there. So with that being said, guys, we've been on for an hour now. This was just going to be a collaborative stream, just to get people ready. Does anybody have any questions for me? Is everybody ready for this? Is everybody ready to catch some pips tomorrow? Is everybody going to go to sleep tonight or stay up and meditate and be ready for this? Not be tired, not be hungry, not just ready. You're ready. You're going to show up no matter what happens. No, not 5:45, 6:45. So an idea would be to just set a buy limit 80 pips under and sell limit 80 pips higher than the current price. Josh, I do it, and I'm not going to say that is the way, but I sure do like to have pendings get placed and hit. Because what's the worst that can happen? You feel me, Josh? Like, what's the worst that can happen? If it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. I mean, No risk, no reward. It's fine. I signed up to join the live NFP. How are we getting the link? It will be sent out in email. I can either smell the money or the smoke of a burnt account. Regardless, I'll be staying strong. Remember that, guys. I want you to understand that you know what? Out of the 70 people that are here, there will be losers. There will be. It's just the way it is. Not everybody's gonna win. People are gonna be behind. People are gonna get jumped the gun on it. And I hope that that's not any of you guys. But no matter what, it is okay. No matter what happens, guys, it is a-okay. Please feel that will recover. You will be better. That is your learning experience. You're paying your dues to the market in a sense. Awesome. With that being said, guys, put everything down and close your eyes. Everybody, close your eyes. I have a pose for my hands. Look at what I do. Open your eyes back up for just a second. Ring, ring, 3. Rings are wrapped. See? Unbreakable. Three fingers touching in my palm. Close your eyes, guys. Take some big, deep breaths, guys. Feel the energy and the life around you, guys. Feel that you are present. You belong right where you are with the online community, guys, that we have right here. Guys, I want to thank you so much for making it onto this stream tonight. I cannot thank you enough for being here and co-creating the experience that we all share tonight. Even though that not a lot was discussed, I wanted to make sure that everybody is ready for this particular NFP release. I hope that everybody will make it to the stream tomorrow refreshed, with full of life and oxygen within their bodies. They're hydrated, you've meditated, you are in the right state of mind to be able to catch some pips. I love every single one of you guys, and I'm sending nothing out there but positive and love vibrations and affirmations to everybody out there. We will catch pips tomorrow. We will make money tomorrow. And if not, it is absolutely okay. Do not feel down on yourself if you do not make it onto the winning side of an NFP. We have all been there. And guess what? There is going to be another NFP. It is okay no matter what. So, guys, with that being said, please feel welcome to the DFW Trade House community. Please feel that you belong here. This is your first time or your 87th time. I don't care. It does not matter to me. We actually this is our 83rd episode of the Trade House streams. So this will be dropped and sent out. If anybody wants to rewatch it, it will absolutely be recorded. So with that being said, guys, open your eyes. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Thank you. Okay, regardless, when I signed up, I clicked Central and it said 5:45. I'm gonna message you on Facebook. Yeah, just hit me up. So you just said we should put sell stops and pips behind and buy stops. That's what I personally like to do, Mark. You can do it any way that you like, but I certainly do like having orders on top and on bottom. Not necessarily 80 pips to where it's relevant. To, 100 pips could be the relevant zone. 150 pips could be the relevant zone. It just depends. Mark, an idea could be to set a buy limit 80 pips under. Yeah, so I mean there's different ways you can do it, guys. And it's not that one way is right or wrong. You're just wanting to look at strictly for technicals, you're wanting to look at the relevant zones, the relevant lows and the relevant highs. 100 pips down, 50 pips down, 187 pips down, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. So with all that being said, guys, thank you all so much for tuning into the stream tonight. We will be going live here in about 8 hours or so. And guys, be ready. Be excited. Get everything that you do out of the way. Get everything cleared. Get your schedule cleared. Be in the right state of mind while you're doing this, guys. And if you wouldn't mind, please just screenshotting this and just throwing it out on Facebook. Tag me. Tag the DFW Trade House. Tag us or just tag it so I can see you, so I can respond to you, and maybe let other people know if they are going to be going, if they're trying to trade some NFP, then send them the link. It is free. It's not like it's being charged to you or anything like that. So no more questions. I'll wait a second for the chat to catch up, Everybody good? All right. Thanks, Mike. Wait, stop or limits. Eric, it doesn't. You can set stops if you think it's going to head down. Thank you, Mike. Can't thank you enough. Danielle, you always know. Makes sense just asking. I was curious, but I got my mindset ready. That's awesome. Will it just be in your channel? No, we'll get the link sent out, Giovanni. Absolutely, Mark. Thank you. Always good to hear motivation from Mike. Awesome, Demetrius. Thank you so much. Cousin, thank you for hitting thank you for helping and doing everything that you do, cousin. I really really do appreciate it. And I cannot thank you guys enough for helping co-create the experience that we had tonight. Guys, I will see all of you guys in 7 hours. I love y'all all so much, and I cannot wait to see all you guys on here. Me and the legend Zachary Hogan, we are about to do it. What do I think about EJ? EJ is not going to really move Ronaldo, not with NFP. Let's catch these pips, no fear. Namaste. Namaste, guys. I love y'all all so much, and we will all see each other in just a couple of hours. Y'all have a great night.